I gotta be more careful with my aesthetic preparation. Leave the house thinking I look like Dave Vanian, and I catch a reflection. I look like Jazz Coleman. You know? It's a real struggle. Goth makeup bros. I know that's a problem that I'm sure a lot of people have. So, I was talking to a commenter in one of my last videos about a homeless situation. I made a bunch of stuff about that. Like, I've done a bunch of videos on homeless people, but for some reason or another, this one got watched relative to some of my other stuff, which is cool. But I guess they were saying that the North Shore, well, he's making it sound like it's like they have an epidemic happening up there, and it's relatively new. I mean, I didn't know I've never heard anything like that about the North Shore. In fact, people usually go to the North Shore to get away from, you know, the city of Firma, you know. But I guess that would solve the mystery, because I was thinking some other darker things, because there's another trade that goes on here that I talk about sometimes, and I thought it was maybe those two coming together, because I've heard similar stories in the past from other people. The days when a couple years ago we had we almost had landfall with the hurricane, and some weird stuff happened on Big Island. Some weird stuff happened here as far as disappearing people. It's a whole thing that I'll probably get into it sometime if I can. It's tough, you know. It's like there's a line, right? And I want to go up to the line, try not to go over it, but I don't know where the line is. You know, if I was on like the mainland talking about this stuff, it'd be fine. But I'm not. I'm also living here at the same time, so it's tough, you know. I don't want to get banned. I mean, eventually, you know, because of probably other things on this channel, I will. But, you know, I'm trying to stave off the banning for a little while longer. It's gonna happen. It's just, I hope I'm not manifesting that by saying it, but I'm not gonna get banned, you know. Unless it's, unless the A-team comes by. They had a GMC van. That thing was fucking cool. Oh, man. I don't know how that show aged. I used to fucking love it as a kid, but I bet it kind of looks like shit now, as all things do. But yeah, the homeless thing, there's a channel I found here. Yeah, I found it right here in the ground. On YouTube, it's a new one, or relatively new. It's called The Daily Struggle. It's a guy from around here that he does kind of the same thing I do, except he's just focused on the homeless situation. He interviews them and talks to them and stuff. I don't have the social skills for that kind of thing. I don't talk to anybody, as you have seen if you've been here. But it's really good. He's good. He seems he's doing the same thing. You know, just walking the same kind of neighborhood. The same kind of neighborhood. He's walking the same neighborhood and interviewing the homeless people that are out here. And like I was highlighting in that video from a couple days ago, there's just not as many as there used to be. There's still some. Like today I saw a couple. But it's nothing like it used to be. And from what North Shore Bro was saying, I guess they're all up there now. I don't... The thing is, what's up North Shore? There's not a lot of services. There's not a lot of retail centers. It doesn't seem like the kind of place that they they would kind of migrate to. So were they brought there? Is that a new drop-off point? Because I know we have a drop-off point here, like somewhere in this neighborhood, because a couple times a month, I'd see them come walking up the street over here with these bags. They're all the same black travel bags, because I notice shit like that, because I'm a psycho. But, and they'd come wandering down this street here. So bus must drop them off in this area or something, maybe from the airport. And they end up at the Princess Park over there. And some of them will stay there for a couple days and eventually move on. Some of them will stay there for a while, and then eventually some kind of incident will happen, and an ambulance will pick them up or something, and then you won't see them again. But yeah, it's just a huge difference than even like 2018. You know what? It's really since the COVID thing happened. That after the lockdowns is when I saw a big difference in the homeless population. It's like they kind of changed tactics or something. Because I imagine they're still arriving here. There are cities that will give people a one-way ticket here, airfare and all that stuff, just to come here. And once you come here, it's very hard to get out of here. You know, a lot of people can't. You know, non-homeless people sometimes can't get out of here. Although, unfortunately, a lot of people that have lived here their whole life now, families are having to move, to leave, because the cost of living here is just so insane. It was always a lot here anyway, because of everything has to be shipped here. You know, Matson brings it all. And so it was already pretty expensive to live here. And now with inflation going up, you know, like my at my wife's work, she got a raise, right? I forgot what it was, but the percentage of the raise was less than, and it was great, because, oh, wow, you got a raise, it's good, it was a pretty good raise. And then it's like, well, but inflation has gone up more than that, so we're still behind. You know, it's getting real. It's getting real expensive. I mean, we're surviving. You know, we always work out a way to do it, and we're not in a situation that unfortunately a lot of other people are in, because it's just me and her. You know, if we had kids, I don't know what the hell we'd do. I really don't. But yeah, that's just a bit of an update on the homeless situation. I had this other thing I wanted to do about the impossible architecture. I wanted to pull up a lot of pictures for it though, so I'll probably get into that tomorrow. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.